Well, I'm a Spanish diplomat. I joined the service in '93, and I arrived to the region last year in April, and I created to Suriname, Guyana, Trinidad, Barbados, St. Lucia, St. Vincent, and Grenada. And so this is my first visit. I visited Guyana twice. I count on coming to Suriname repeatedly in the coming months. I will be visiting, for example, again, Suriname for the early July when Suriname becomes the president of the CARICOM community, and this is something that I look forward very much to coming on a regular basis to Suriname. Yeah, there is a vibrancy in the air that people always confirm.
Because I understand you wanted to visit Suriname earlier, but you couldn't because of the pandemic.
I couldn't do that because of the pandemic. Yes, that's right.
And yesterday, did you visit the president yesterday?
Yes. In the morning, I presented my credentials. I could tell him about my projects, and he was also talking to me about the projects that they have as a government, which means basically two main pillars: economic recovery, and second, the opening to the foreign investment, and obviously with a sound insistence on the rule of law. And this is something that he offered me a number of avenues for cooperation, and this is something that I'm exploring. I yesterday met with the Minister of Agriculture, and we were talking about the concrete things that we would like to explore. I will be meeting with Foreign Minister Mr. Brandin, with the Minister of Tourism. So this is basically my plan. I was happy that the President mentioned business people, and tonight I'm having a meeting with business people, and this is something that I want to learn about the country, the possibilities that the country offers, and that's I think that the atmosphere yesterday was really very good indeed.
Yes, because that was going to be my next question. What are your plans for the relations between Suriname and Spain? But maybe we can go a little bit back to how long do these two countries have relationships?
So we established relationship in the 70s, but they haven't been very intense. And my predecessors have been coming to the Suriname for the last years, and so that's So they have been, the relations have been good, but not particularly intense, I have to admit.
Yeah. But is there a lot to do between Suriname and Spain?
Well, I think that there are a number of. I would rather insist on the quality rather than on the quantity. I think that my job is to identify a number of concrete things that we can work on. Something that, again, our business people, as President Santokhi mentioned, that they can identify as a solid prospect for cooperation. I think that's also important. Spain is also a country that has a certain influence within the European Union, and we are ready to listen and very willing to listen to what the Surinamese authorities tell us. There are things that they want us to support, like the elimination of the visa for trips for travel to Europe, and this is something that we are ready to look at with a positive eye once that the conditions are obviously fulfilled.
Okay. Every time I speak with an ambassador, I always ask them, what does your country have to offer the Surinamese people? What does Spain have to offer Suriname?
Well, Spain has to offer many things. To begin with, we are a very open market, 47 million people. Open economy, we are ready to import products that can be exported from Suriname, and I just mentioned to the Minister of Agriculture. And additionally, I think that Spain has some companies that are global leaders in their fields, be it in infrastructure, renewable energy, tourism, and so how do we? And I would like to present them the opportunities that are in Suriname. Some of those companies have a strong presence in markets that are very relevant to Suriname, such as Brazil. They have a strong presence in the whole American continent. Not only you would normally associate that presence with from Mexico to the south, but their presence in the U.S. and Canadian market is very important. Well, you may have heard about Real Madrid, the president Florentino Perez, the company that he's the chairman of, ACS. They are renovating the Los Angeles and the Santiago airport, just to name you. Or, for example, the first offshore wind farm in the United States under the Biden administration off the coast of Massachusetts is exploited by a Spanish company, Iberdrola. So there are very many examples of successes of our companies. Or there's another company that is called Acciona that is building the metro in Sao Paulo. This is a $4,000 million investment. So the challenge is how do we organize so that these companies, or the companies that gravitate around those companies, those big companies, they see Suriname. And there is an aspect that is also very positive. I could see in February in Guyana the very close alliance between the governments of Guyana and Suriname, and this is something very, very, very important because for the companies the possibility of investing in both countries, this is a prospect that possibly they would like to explore. Possibly.
Okay, Ambassador, what do you think about the? I don't know if I should call it a barrier, but a lot of people see the language difference as a barrier. Do you think there's a barrier because of the language difference?
Well, I think that by now, well, it's always can be a barrier, obviously, but on the other hand, when you come to a country, the people who will be coming to Suriname will be people with linguistic skills and with the international experience. And for them, that barrier, it is a factor, but not an obstacle. There are ways to work, like for example, we are now talking in English. Luckily I don't talk any Dutch. Yeah. But we are talking in English, and the thing that some of the people that will be working, they are used to work in multilingual environment. And at the end of the day, you have a product, you have an idea, you have a project, you have a vision that is worthwhile. People can work together and make that so that language is not an obstacle, provided that they share the conviction in the product, in the project, in what they have at hand.
I want to give you the opportunity to speak to the people of Spain that are in Suriname, or if you want to say something to the Surinamese people, you can say it.
Well, so thank you so much. I'm happy to be here. I'm exploring this beautiful country, and I think that there are things that we can work for the future, that we have to work on. I'm coming here with fresh eyes, fresh ears. I want to listen about what this country has to offer. I'm ready to present what Spain has to offer. I think that there is a good future ahead of us. And again, I'm open to that. And to the Spanish people in Suriname, please, if you haven't registered, the embassy is here to help you. And we are always very happy to learn about Spanish people that may be living in a given country. My time is yours, and I would be very, very happy to meet with the Spanish people that might be living in Suriname and we are not aware of. Thank you.